Hello everyone, this is your loving host, best-selling author, radio and TV personality, Dr.Afshan Hashmi, and I am a best-selling author of two books. The first one is The Modern Mobile Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And the second one is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. You can see in the part one that I have showed my books. I don't have my books here. I was giving my show in my husband's room, and then some disruption happened, some confusion happened. So I had to stop the show, and then I was feeling hungry, so I have my lunch here, and it's a working lunch. So actually, I was talking about some points I forgot, like Ali Awar Jung, who was also ambassador to United States. I knew him very well because he was my grandpa's friend, and he was Vice Chancellor Nawab. It is here. He was governor of Indian state of Maharashtra from 1971 to 1976. And wherever he would go, my grandpa would follow him. My grandpa was appointed governor of Maharashtra after and he has to take charge on 10th March at 1976. But unfortunately, he could not take the charge and he left for his heavenly abode. And he also took charge from Ali Awar Jung. Nawab Ali Awar Jung served as the Vice Chancellor of Osmania University from 1945 to 1946, and from 1948 to 1955. In year 65 to 1968, he was Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University. So he was Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University, and then my grandpa, Professor Abdul Alim, took the charge. And I was very, very friendly with my grandpa. So I was very friendly with Nawab Ali Awar Jung and his wife. And as I told in the first section, that I loved her feet. Nawab Ali Awar Jung had two wives, and at that point, I did not know that he had two wives. One who came as vice chancellor, and the other one, when he was in France, he married someone. And Bilqis Latif, the wife of Air Chief Marshal Latif, was daughter of Ali Awar Jung. And Ali Awar Jung, my grandpa had to take case from that vice chancellorship from him, and he was summoned by Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi, as well as Vice President of India Zakir Hussain, and as I was telling that I was looking for my grandpa and nobody told me why he went there. But there was a buzz, that he might become the next vice chancellor of AMU. Every vice chancellor, comes with the agenda of the government. At that point, Mrs. Indira Gandhi was so upset, that we will take the and Chagla was Nehru's friend, and my grandpa was also Nehru's friend. So she could not say no to Chagla, and Chagla wanted, he was the education minister and he was contemporary of my grandfather. And he said, these students have to be punished and they should be punished. Why are they beating the vice chancellor, of AMU? For if something happens, these students become so disruptive that, they don't know, they don't realize that, we are also allies, and they don't realize that what implications it can have. And so the excuse me. So the AMU minority character was taken away. And my grandfather, I heard those conversations with Mrs. Indira Gandhi because he had a hotline with Mrs. Indira Gandhi. And I was a kid, but I was always standing next to him. So I heard those conversations. He wanted, when he went for the meeting, I was not there. But when he came back, there was a lot of approach that what happened to the minority character. And he asked Mrs. Indira Gandhi that you should not remove the minority character, but At the same time, President Zakir Hussain was also a very good friend of my grandpa, although he was very senior. But at the same time, he also believed in that students should be punished, but he never wanted to punish any student. And because of that turmoil, he was such a gentleman that he wanted to do good and philanthropy only. And it was such a hard decision given to him that he should go and find out who are the students behind it and arrest them and all that. And he found out who those students were. One was the current governor, and he has joined BJP, Arif Muhammad Khan, and there were a couple of more, and they used to adore my parents and my grandpa, because every day food would go to jail for them. And but they also understood that they should not, and I don't know, I'm not sure whether he had now Arif Muhammad Khan had beaten up, or there were some other people who were beaten up, because Aliawar Jung stage was hidden in Sir Sayyid Hall, and it was so difficult when I used to go to Sir Sayyid Hall with my grandpa. I was fat, so they all used to call me fat so to embarrass my grandpa, and some of them I still remember. If you are here and if you are listening this, then come and talk to me and say I am fat so, I am still fat so. And they used to say such bad comments about me, because they thought that I am weakness of my grandpa, because I was always with them, and it was so difficult for him to take that step to punish them. But Chagla wanted, Mrs. Gandhi wanted it. These students and their minority character was taken away. So all this was happening, but they all adore my parents and they all adore. So I am Alig, and I call myself Paris Hilton of Aligarh Muslim University, and that title I have given to myself. And I would love, uh, uh, I was so upset. Some of the things, with unfinished of Aligarh Muslim University, all that you are seeing there, those progress in Aligarh Muslim University, it is all because of President Trump and President Biden and Madam Kamala Harris, their administration. And this VC was also selected by that, because President Obama always and Hillary Clinton always intervened in AMU politics, because Muslims. So I had that information. So I talked to President Trump that this should be done, and also to President Biden. Like whenever I used to talk to him, I used to say that this has been done, and I'm so thankful to President Trump, President Biden, that they took care of that. And every life matters, but Muslim lives also matters. So this has been taken care. And AMU, I am telling you, all the students from here, that please respect the minority character. It is still not finalized, but if you do good behavior and all, and never beat your teachers. I know people here who have beaten their teachers, so what kind of ethics have they learned? And some of them are big, like very very dominating allegiance. They don't have any contacts or anything, but they behave so badly. These Aligarh alumni forums have become like fighting thing. And I was removed from Aligarh Muslim University scholarship fund, just because in Washington DC, because of some politics. And I want to do good, so I was very quiet about it, and I was working towards AMU minority character, and US government has helped in that. So PM Modi knows that, and PM Modi would not move a single inch, if US government would not tell him to do that, because PM Modi wants to make Hindutva state. He is not a secular person, but maybe tomorrow he becomes a secular person, because when you sit on that PM thing, I am actually a Congress party person, because my grandpa was founder of Congress party. But PM Modi, if you are listening, thank you very much. As well as I would like to thank President Biden, President Trump, and Justice Department also, because I write to Justice Department, I write to President Trump, I write to President Biden and Madam Kamala Harris. So thank you very much, and please look into the matter that it is finalized. And I want to make Muslim lives matters like Black Lives Matter, Muslim lives matter also, because there was a confusion today. When I went to see my husband, there was a confusion there, a disruption there, and healthcare facilities should not have, hospitals should not have that kind of disruption. So I really, really, like this. And today, when I was coming, I was given again poisonous gas. While I was driving, I was given poisonous gas and drones came. So having said that, folks, I will request Secret Service, United States Secret Service, and Federal Bureau of Investigation to please look into the matter, that what is going on. And me and my husband should be given cleanup, And having said that, folks, so what I was talking about, it was so difficult for my grandpa to do that, but he did that because students have. And one day there was such a big, crowd of students, and they asked him to. He was a thorough gentleman, a saint-like personality, and they asked him to take off their shoes, to take off his shoes and walk from his office till VC's residence. And he would not invite police into the university. So that's why students were behaving like that. And some of the teachers, I will say that they wanted to get married to my uncle and aunt, and they were behind that, and they were putting pressure. Now the same kind of pressure is put on me. I get headaches here. Same kind of, my husband was beaten up, and he has dementia and Parkinson because of those beatings, as well as my uh, me. I was beaten up, and they put pressure here just because they want to be part of my company or part of this show. This Duras will not work. I have got death threats. I have been trained how to take death threats because my grandfather made me very, very strong. My parents made me very, very strong. So I want to tell those criminals today who were disrupting there, that I will not be afraid. And you did sexual assault to me. You touched me, and I have reported you, and I am not afraid of you. And I know who you are and from where you are coming. Having said that, folks, I just wanted to end and what impact it had. I know Bilqis auntie very well. In one of the weddings of Dr. Aftab Ansari. He's here in Washington DC, and Hashma Hassan. In their wedding, I was a kid, and Bilqis Latif came because her brother was about to get married to Mariam, their daughter. So they were there, and I just went and I asked that, will your husband, Air Marshal Latif, will be the new Vice Chancellor? And she said, if Aligarh station comes, I will spit on that. So just see what the impact is. You cannot beat a Vice Chancellor for that. Now see how much police is there. But those people, Zakir Hussain, Dr. Zakir Hussain, my grandpa, Professor Abdul Alim, they did not bring. They were educationalists, and they were so good administrators. They did not bring police inside, but they were also given very hard time. Today is my brother's younger brother, who is no more with me. His birthday, 10th November, and he was kidnapped because in Aligarh, in AMU, because my grandpa took some actions. So just think, and that he suspended someone, and they took action. And you can say, what kind of and animosity is coming, like that. So how can people, take important positions if they are beaten like this? I know that there was an assassination plot for President Trump and President Biden, and I have told Miss Harris also that, once your power goes away, your people will be after you. And I don't know what it is. I'm just talking from my experience. I get death threats every day, and there is so much of noise pollution. There is this guy who says fuck fuck, and he is so notorious, that, I have asked some people to take restraining order against him, and I'm not afraid. Having said that, folks, now, enjoy all Aleeks. Please enjoy this minority character thing, and, think that there is someone, a granddaughter of Professor Abdul Alim, because you or someone would incite you, and you were so angry that Professor Abdul Alim did this, did that. But when you sit in administration, you have to take that action. And he was a very, very honest man, and you all know that kidnappings took place. I mean, how can you kidnap my autistic brother just because he took an action? So, having said that, folks, all Aleeks, I am addressing you. Happy AMU minority character, but still it has to go to the bench, lower bench from Supreme Court to decide. So please behave. Having said that, folks, cheers and bye bye. And if you like these kind of shows, I'm an investigative journalist. Please sponsor this show, and this show will be syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. Having said that, cheers and bye bye.